I mean, you were trained as an engineer, you were in a technical organization.
Then you mentioned about Ladakh cooking.
You think Ladakh should be brought under Schedule 6 of the Constitution?
Do you think it is justified to leave everything and start preparing for civil service, giving it 3-4 years to this exam?
So, is this not wrong you have done to the nation itself because you got selected from?
May I come in, sir?
Please do.
Morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
Morning, sir. Morning, sir.
Please take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
So, you're Mr. GhulamHaider.
Yes, sir.
Ghulam, your name is Ghulam or GhulamHaider?
GhulamHaider.
Should I call you Haider? Will that do?
Yes.
Okay. So, Haider, English is going to be your medium?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're comfortable?
Yes.
Can we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want you to introduce yourself to the board.
Sir, my name is GhulamHaider. My father's name is Shri Ghulam Hadi. My mother's name is Srimati Sakina Banu. I did my primary schooling from Ladakh itself, and I did my graduation in electrical engineering from NIT Srinagar. I worked in Bharat Petroleum for 3 years, and then after I started my preparation for civil service.
So, you worked with VPCL
Yes, sir.
and you left it.
Yes, sir.
You actually resigned or you have just taken a leave?
No, sir, I resigned from service. No.
Okay. And why is that? I mean, you were trained as an engineer, you were in a technical organization.
Yes, sir, it was a conscious decision on my part. I decided to prepare for civil services as it provides greater opportunity to serve for the nation.
Okay. You've done electrical engineering.
Yes, sir.
Still remember that or all washed off?
I still remember.
Okay. When we do the electrical distribution, it's
Yes.
always in the multiples of 11, 220 volt, 33 kV, I mean, sorry, the transmission thing.
Yes.
Even the distribution is in multiples of 11.
Yes.
Why?
In terms of 11,
Multiples of 11. It's 110, 220, 33, 33 kV, 330 kV. Have you noticed that?
yes, yes.
Why is it always in multiples of 11?
Sir, it's a so the this electrical energy transfer in the form of sinusoidal waves. So there's a component of power factor in terms of root.
So PF is the reason or the form factor is the reason? Or none of these are the reasons?
I'm not very well, I don't remember.
NIT
exactly.
Srinagar.
Yes.
Anyways, you are coming from Ladakh. Not
Yes.
many candidates actually come from that reason. So you are probably the perfect person to address it. I can see that you were appearing for the Forest Service also.
Yes.
The location of Ladakh, the strategic location of Ladakh, and the beautiful location and inviting tourism. So both the strategic location and tourism are threat to its ecology.
Yes.
How can we address the basic requirements about the strategic location as well as the tourism potential, but still be ecologically responsible?
So I believe that tourism per se is not threat to the ecology, but tourism in a sustainable manner should be the way forward. For that, there are various way forwards in order to maintain the ecological.
More than tourism, it is the strategic location that's causing the ecological thing, because government will insist for the security reason to have infrastructure development, to have wider roads so that wider vehicles can go, and ultimately all those glacial loss and other things.
So securing the border is in the interest of the nation. It has to be kept in their interest. So I think a balance should be made so that the ecological concerns as well as the strategic reasons has to be made in order.
Okay, let me ask it directly, because you're not actually addressing it. Who is better arguing Ladakh case, government or the Sonam Wangchuk?
I think that there has to be a middle part in between that. Sonam Wangchuk is is raising the concern regarding the environmental concerns of the region, and government has to keep in concern with both the environmental as well as the security aspect of the region. So I think there has to be consultation with the local population as well as the defense experts.
Anyways, let us get into something else. You have mentioned that you like tracking.
Yes.
Tell me, what are the 5 most important things that you will always carry in your backpack when you are on maybe a low altitude track?
low altitude tank.
Not necessarily the mountaineering thing.
Sir, the foremost would be the map of the local area wherever I am trekking. If possible, a local guide must be like for you're asking me to have in a bag. So
backpack.
in a backpack.
What are the things I'll have in the backpack?
A proper map of the region. Besides that, a raincoat would be needed, and a water bottle is also needed for that. A torch lamp or headlamp is required, and I think food like.
Okay, thank you.
GhulamHaider, you are an electromagnetic engineer, is that what it is?
Sir, electrical engineer.
Electrical engineer. Have you heard of maglev trains?
Yes, sir.
What are they?
Sir, they are magnetic levitation trains wherein the frictional energy has to be reduced due to magnetic levitation. So they are in turn is like a induction motor wherein the magnetic repulsion property is utilized to reduce the friction. So the friction will be reduced.
And they are safe, those trains which are running, where are they most popular?
I heard about it in Bangalore, I think. There is
Maglev?
Yes.
Bangalore?
Bangalore, there's like maglev car, I heard about it. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Then you mentioned about Ladakh cooking.
Yes.
What are the couple of most famous Ladakh dishes?
Sir, primarily I love cooking mok, which locally called mok, where in Delhi people call momos. Besides that, thukpa is there. It's a kind of noodle. Besides that, timok is also there, which also again a kind of this noodles is there.
And they are known outside Ladakh also, or they are only in Ladakh and Kashmir?
Sir, it's primarily famous in Ladakh only, but besides that, in Delhi one can find like it has very similar cuisine to this Tibetan and Chinese food cuisine. So one will find it in Delhi also.
Oh, thank you.
Ghulam,
Yes, sir.
you would be preferred calling Haider.
Yes,
What
sir.
do you mind? So, being an anthropology student,
Yes, sir.
I would like to know, what do we mean by evolution of life on Earth? Is it physical or intellectual evolution?
Sir, evolution of life is in itself is a holistic concept wherein the physical as well as biological biological evolution. In
Siri,
terms
I
of
would like to restructure my question and make it more specific. If it was both, then why we call humans are most evolved, not elephants? If it is both physical as well as intellectual.
Yes, sir. So origin of life started from sea itself, like the very primary creatures we started. Eventually, the cranial capacity changed with organisms. So for human, in case of humans, the cranial capacity increased with subsequent evolution. So
Okay.
one can say that it is both biological as well as.
What is low transmission and high transmission ratio in electrical engineering, especially with respect to energy transmission?
Sorry, sir, I'm not sure.
Okay. What is Schedule 6 of the Constitution?
Schedule 6 of the Indian Constitution is provided under Article 244, Subclause 2 of Indian Constitution, which provides for the administration of certain tribal areas, especially in Northeast.
Specific benefit to the tribals, what could be given to?
So they will, the administrative mechanism will provide for the tribal development councils and regional councils, which provides for elected representatives, wherein they can legislate, execute at their local levels. So
You think Ladakh should be brought under Schedule 6 of the Constitution?
Sir, I believe that there is a raising demand regarding 6th schedule, but I think at the same time there is no for inclusion of Ladakh to be in 6th schedule has has certain constitutional limitations. For example, including Ladakh under 6th schedule, one has to have that Ladakh has to be declared state first, because there is no constitutional precedent earlier for a union territory to be declared under 6th schedule. So there are certain limitations, constitutional limitations, wherein government has to consider.
Is it an objective limitation specifically mentioned somewhere that a state or union territory cannot have a scheduled area within it?
Sir, Article 244 subclause 2 specifically mentions that 6th schedule to be declared to a state, and that is specifically for the northeastern states like Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Tripura.
What is Turing test
Sorry, sir?
with respect to artificial intelligence?
Yes, sir.
When can we say, or do you think AI can ever turn sentient? So with that respect only, there is a test called Turing test.
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about it.
Okay. So fine. Thank you from my side.
Okay, Haider, what is the meaning of this word Ladakh?
Ladakh, sir, Ladakh means the land of high passes.
High passes.
Yes.
Okay. And who is the person that you admire the most and why in your life?
Sir, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam admires me the most, because for me, person from a humble background and putting his best to serve the nation admires me the most. His simplicity and his connect to the young generation admires me the most.
Okay, okay. And you come from a very humble background, is it?
Yes.
Your father is retired now,
Yes.
right? And your mother is housewife.
Yes.
You have been working in BPCL, you were earning good, and then you have left that job and then you started preparing for civil service examination.
Yes.
So do you think this is justified that you could have contributed financially to your family with that much salary, since you come from a very humble background? So do you think it is justified to leave everything and start preparing for civil service, giving it 3-4 years to this exam? How justified it is according to you?
Sir, I have my elder brother. He is also serving in state public service. So I thought that financial obligation on me is very little. So I thought that preparing for civil service would provide me opportunity to utilize my energy to serve the society. So I start preparing for civil service.
Okay, okay. Why do you think like not many people come from Ladakh and join civil service?
Sir, I believe that people in Ladakh are more concerned to live in the local area, so they prefer to get recruited in local area. So the pan-Indian serving nation on pan-Indian basis is not there. I think awareness on part of government or on part of civil society has to be there, so that more and more students come forward and prepare for the civil service.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Haider,
Yes.
so how many engineers are graduating every year almost?
From India,
Yeah,
so I'm not aware of the
almost 15 to 20 lakhs. And how many of them are employable?
so very less.
20-30%. When a company is selecting you just because of your engineering skills,
Yes.
you must be having it better than others, right?
Yes.
And you ditched that company also. So is this not wrong you have done to the nation itself, because you got selected to NIT, and then from NIT to a company that is Maharatna, and then you ditched that company?
So I didn't ditch that. I served in that company for 3 years.
After 3 years you ditched, it's fine.
So it was my conscious decision to leave that company. So there was a legal, formal procedure to leave the company. So I informed whatever the procedure is there. I did that.
No, it's fine. But we need more good engineers, because civil services can be done by many other people also, BA, BSc. There are so many people who can do it. But engineers, there are very less engineers in the country. Good engineers. They're not employable also.
Yes.
What's your take on that?
So I believe that being a good engineer, I can serve well in policy making on a broader level also. So in administration, there is also need of good engineers.
Okay, how will your engineering skills be helpful in administration? Let's assume that you become an IAS. How will your engineering skills be employable there?
So I believe that my knowledge of engineering, like electrical engineering specifically, can be utilized in the policy making, like distribution or reducing the loss in discoms, or in
But it's not compulsory that you will be in the power sector itself. Being an IAS or being in any other service except railways, all are non-technical services mostly.
Yes.
So how will you use your any of your skills of engineering?
Sir, engineering per se, the technical aspect will not be used, but the knowledge about technology and other aspects can be utilized in administration to better the life of the common people.
Okay, and what are the common skills between trekking, cooking and administration?
Sir, I believe perseverance is the skill.
Okay, one. Tell me three.
Focus towards goal.
Okay.
And time consuming.
Time management.
Time management.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Just tell me, what is the difference between sociology and socio-cultural anthropology?
Sir, sociology as a subject studies modern societies, but socio-cultural anthropology studies the socio-cultural aspects of simple societies like tribal societies and.
So, if you try to look marriage from both the perspective, just tell us the dimensions from both the perspective. Only two dimensions from both the perspective: sociology and socio-cultural anthropology.
So, sociological aspect of marriage will be the new forms of marriage, like live-in relationship, like single parent household and all. But in case of socio-cultural anthropology, the aspects of marriage from the local perspective, like how the culture is pursuing that marriage functions, what are the obligations in that local area with regard to marriage, who all are involved in that.
Thank you. That's all from me.
Haider, before we let you go, you're an anthropology student, and I'm sure you must be keeping an eye on the international relation as well.
Yes.
You have studied religion in anthropology. Do you believe that international relations with respect to India are not always secular? International relations are affected by religious sentiments when it comes to India. There are instances, it appears, relationship with vis-a-vis Bangladesh, vis-a-vis Israel are probably affected by religion as well.
Yes. Sir.
So, do you believe that Indian international relationship, our diplomacy is getting affected by the religion part also?
Sir, per se, religion doesn't hold any importance for a secular state like India in international relationship also. For India, the national interest has to be kept in, is the foremost criteria in international relationship. So, but at the same time, as a responsible nation, India concerns about, for example, in case of Bangladesh, the Hindu minority is there. So, India being a responsible nation raises the concern regarding their rights in Bangladesh. Or in case of Israel-Palestine conflict, so India being a responsible nation on various platforms raises the concerns of human rights violation in Palestine also. So I think India being a responsible nation, in order to project itself as a responsible nation and a leader of global south, raises those concerns at international.
Fine. Fine, Heather, it was nice talking to you. Your interview is over. You can leave for now. There will be a feedback session in a while.
Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Take a seat, Heather.
Thank you, sir.
So, Heather, when is your interview?
Sir, it's on 14th Feb.
14th. Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Okay. And what was your score in the IFOS interview?
Sir, 192.
192 out of 300. 300 is there, no?
Yes.
192. And you missed by how many marks?
4 marks.
4 marks. Right. Tell me, what's your take on your performance today? Are you happy with the performance, or there are areas you want to improve?
Sir, I think I have to work on the current affairs part.
Current affairs part. How about the communication?
I think it was like this is my first interview of this time, so I think I have to work on it.
Right. See, Haider, overall you're a very good candidate, and you're coming from a part of India that you have this advantage of having attention of all board members,
Yes,
right? And
yes.
trust me, it's a very important commodity attention when you get it in the civil services interview, because most of the time for you it may be once in lifetime opportunity. For them, you are another candidate.
Yes.
Right. So from the word go, you'll have attention of the board members, and I will suggest you to capitalize on that. Right.
Yes, thanks.
Because this is you're getting a board which is interested in you, right?
Yes.
Whoever the members be, right?
Yes.
So I think you should be capitalizing on them. That's the first thing. Coming to specific things, your walk-in is good in general, both your entry as well as exit. Your sitting posture is good. Your voice level you're looking good as such, and eye contact is also okay. But problem is with the flow thing. Sometimes it appears that there are interruptions. I won't call it stammer, but sometimes it appears that the flow can be a little better,
Yes.
right? I don't know whether it's in your control or not, but I'll advise you to work on that.
Okay, sir.
Right? Look at the video very carefully, twice. Once with the voice, another muted.
Okay.
The voice will give you the voice communication thing, where I'm expect your voice to be a little voice level, volume to be a little higher.
Yes.
That will be better.
Yes.
And look at the non-verbal communication aspect, muted video.
Yes.
You'll see that you have this tendency of licking your lips a bit,
Okay.
right? That is a sure sign of nervousness. Always is, right?
Yes, yes.
I cannot say don't be nervous at all. I mean,
Yes.
it is such an opportunity that everybody has some element of nervousness, but don't show it like this.
Yes.
Right. So if you cannot avoid the nervousness altogether,
Yes.
at least the sure signs of it has to be curtailed. So don't lick your. I mean, all signs of nervousness. I gave you example of one. Right.
Yes.
In general, your preparation part is good.
Yes.
Right. There are many areas we could not ask questions on. Right. The economy was left out. Polity can be. There can be many questions on polity. There can be more situational questions. But on the basis of what we were able to ask, it appears that maybe you know very well. It's like a leaked out question that you will be asked a lot of questions about environment of Ladakh, about Ladakh strategic location and all. But it appears as if you are not that prepared for it. You're thinking at the same time while you're. It should be it should appear that it's a well thought area for you, and you're giving a well thought opinion. You're not just forming opinion right now.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
So I think you should have concrete things coming rather than saying we will balance it out. We'll find a midway. You should have concrete things. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
That should work, right?
Yes.
So that will be in your hand. See, when you were bringing that Bangalore thing in the maglev, I won't call it a very informed way of interacting, right?
Okay.
Either you should have a very concrete thing that you know that there was an experiment, there was something. Otherwise, just don't touch it, because otherwise it appears as if you're bluffing. And bluff is a big no-no when it comes to civil services interview, right?
Yes.
Other things I think are in place. Last suggestion is it has nothing to do with your speaking, but it has a lot to do with your listening.
Yes.
Generally, aspirants are under this impression that communication means only speaking. No. Listening is far more important than speaking, and you probably can improve on listening things.
Yes.
Listening at least should have 3 tiers. One is obviously you hear, everybody hears, so we don't have any eyelids on the ear, so in any case anybody will hear. Second is comprehension, which is okay, but third is reaching to the core intent of the board member. Probably a little bit more work on that. You should be in position to understand the core intention of the board member in the first sentence itself, or immediately, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is not happening in couple of occasions. So work on that. Other things are in place. I'm sure you'll do very, very good. You won't have to appear again, right? All the best.
Thank you.
1 minute. Are you a scheduled tribe or no?
Yes, schedule.
Good, that's an advantage. Normally every candidate is tense in the beginning. You continue to be tense throughout the interview. And I see no reason. You have scored 192.
Yes.
So perhaps one of the highest anybody can get. Having achieved that, why are you tense?
I think.
And can you smile?
Yes.
Smile. Little more.
Yes.
If you put on smile every now and then, that is what will take away a lot of your tension.
Okay, sir.
Right? And then biting your lips also adds to your tension. Just relax, look relaxed.
Yes.
Okay? And also posturally, sticking your neck out is not normal and natural. Relax. You keep your head a little down instead of like this. Okay? So, and finally your tie has to be reaching the top of the
Yes.
belt.
Yes.
Right? So make sure of that. Otherwise, your suit is nice, your dress is good. I'm not sure whether what would be your comment on is too much of hair.
Is it the way you always have?
No, sir.
Will you take a haircut?
Yes.
That will be good.
Now, if you are going for a haircut, at least 10 days before the interview.
Yes.
Not 2 days before the interview, at least 10 days before.
Okay.
Otherwise, you are such a smart candidate with 92 in your pocket. Then why are you nervous?
Okay? All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.